tell your father to give us more money on top of the child support he's paid this month. It's not enough to cover all our expenses. We need just $500 more. That should be like pocket change for your father. So he better hurry up and drop it off in my bank account. Really? But you also asked him for more money last month, saying you didn't have enough money then either. It's not like he's been skimping out on you. He sends you the exact amount of child support that was decided on every month. Are you really sure you need this extra money? You know exactly how much you'll be getting every month, and I don't want you to make a habit of asking for even more money. So, no, I can't ask that of him. Oh, Eve, you really have become so much like your father. It's unfortunate. You don't have to act so cold toward me, you know. I'm your mother. Of course I do. I can't sugarcoat my words. My dad gives you a certain amount of money every month exactly as he's supposed to. You don't understand. Being a woman can get very expensive very quickly, and I must help your little sister out. Chica has a cuter face than you. That's why I want to give her nice clothes to complement it. Is that so wrong of me to want the best for my little girl? She deserves to feel pretty like the adorable little angel she is. But it does mean that it might cost a pretty penny even if I only buy her a few pieces of clothing. That's definitely not something you should be saying to me. I am also your daughter, too. You're free to adore my little sister, but don't rub it in my face how much you think she's cuter than me. Oh my, did I hurt your feelings? We're in the same boat then. If you're going to act cold and aloof toward me, I'll return the favor and treat you the same way. Don't get mad at me. You should treat others the way you want to be treated. Isn't that the golden rule? More importantly, were you always the type to dote on your children in the first place? I'm surprised to hear you say such a thing. When we were all still living together, you prioritized yourself more than us when it came to buying new clothes. You bought my clothes from thrift stores, and Chica would get them as hand-me-downs once I'd outgrown them. But you'd get all the latest fashion from high-end brands. Your little sister Chica's similar to me, isn't she? She's still in elementary school, so no one knows how she's going to end up looking like in the future. But I think she's going to grow up to be quite the good-looking woman. She'll be a beauty that'll make all the boys swoon, I can already tell. So I've been thinking about signing her up for an audition to become a model. It'll be a good experience. I see. By the way, instead of making me your little messenger, just ask my dad directly if you need money that badly. Don't use me. It's his money, not mine anyway. No way! Your father is such a stubborn man, and he won't listen to a word I say. I wouldn't be able to get through to him at all. And he'll immediately decide I'm the one to blame and refuse to help me. He'll claim I just don't know how to manage my finances and leave me out to dry. I can't really blame him. You've lost his trust a long time ago. Don't use me just because I'm convenient. I don't care if you think it's hard to talk to him. It's really unbelievable that he'd choose to divorce me while Chica's still in elementary school. He's so foolish. But without Chica and me around, I'm sure he's been regretting his decision a bit by now, right? By any chance, does he seem lonely? He does miss Chica, and he wishes she wasn't over there with you. But he's not really hung up about you. He doesn't seem to care. I'm not surprised. I really disliked that part of him that felt so indifferent. He was so composed when he declared he wanted a divorce. It was like I never meant anything to him. It's because you cheated on him. At that moment, he probably decided that you didn't think anything of him either and let go of his feelings just as easily. Oh, stop. The man who gets cheated on is the one who's in the wrong. If he didn't want me to cheat on him, he should have shaped up and acted better. He was basically asking for it. Once you become an adult, I'm sure you'll understand one day. You can't just take a woman for granted. You need to work hard to keep her. If a married woman goes out in public and finds herself desiring another man, that just means things aren't going well back home. Her needs aren't being met. If I had been satisfied, even I wouldn't have had an affair. I don't really know what I think about that, but one thing's for certain, and it's that you did cheat. It doesn't matter what reason you had. The damage has been done. Oh, right. You haven't said anything about that to Chica, have you? I'd hate for her to know. About what? Isn't it obvious? The real reason for our divorce. No, I haven't told her. She's in elementary school. There's no way I could tell her that her own mother was having an affair. Good. I was worried you didn't have any common sense. You see, I don't want her to become jaded and bitter like you. I want her to stay innocent for as long as possible. I think I'm acting perfectly reasonable toward you for what you've done. And honestly, you haven't been the best mother to us. Even if you hadn't cheated on my father and you two had gotten divorced anyway, I would have always gone with him instead of you. Oh dear. It's such a shame I've raised such a jaded daughter. I suppose it's not too surprising. You're a high schooler now. It's natural for you to lose your innocent charm. You used to be so cute and sweet when you were little. Those precious few years really go by in a flash, don't they? If only you could have stayed that way forever. But I'm sure that Chica's going to realize the truth for herself sooner or later. When she does and she decides to live with us instead of you, don't stop her. She'll likely be old enough to make her own decisions by then. Of course I know that. And I will let her go. That's how a mother ought to be if she truly loves her children. Anyhow, I'll leave it to you to tell your father what I said. I need that money, no matter what. Again, I'm telling you to tell him yourself. Nope, that's impossible. I can't. Don't you care about your little sister? I need that money so I can raise her right. It's not just for me. If you don't want her to starve, then you better talk to him for me. Hey, Mom. Chica's off school today, isn't she? I've been trying to contact her for a while now, but she hasn't responded at all. What's she doing right now? Oh, that! You're not going to be able to contact her for a while. Huh? What do you mean by that? That Chica's been a bad girl. Recently, she's been completely slacking on her homework. She doesn't do it. And she was acting out the other day, rebelling against me when I was trying to be reasonable with her. As a punishment, I've confiscated her phone until she's decided to shape up. I can't allow her to think this kind of bad behavior is acceptable. Really? Are you sure she hasn't been doing her homework? It's true! I can't believe it myself. But that's why I'm punishing her. I wouldn't be doing this without a good reason. But she's even more serious about her schoolwork than I am. She almost never forgets to do her homework, and the few times she had, she started bawling in class. I don't think she'd quit doing homework on purpose, let alone as a sign of rebellion. She tells me herself how much she never wants to forget her homework. Then perhaps I've been spoiling her a little too much recently, and she thinks she can start slacking off as a result. Tell me the truth. Did something happen? Is something going on at school? At home? Like what? I don't know. But maybe something bad happened to her at school. Like maybe the other kids have started tormenting her. Or maybe there's something else that has been bothering her. I just don't think she'd exhibit such a drastic change in behavior for no good reason. Even so, that's no excuse for her to stop doing her homework. It's such a shame. She's been such a good and well-behaved girl up until now. But she's become so difficult to deal with. Now that I think about it. But Eve, you haven't been bad-mouthing me behind my back to her, have you? No, I haven't at all. It's true that I have a lot of mixed feelings toward you. But I've never once thought about changing Chica's feelings toward you by complaining. I haven't done anything to tarnish how she sees you. I wonder about that. She visits you two once a month, and whenever she comes home, I feel like she becomes even more rebellious and defiant toward me. Are you sure you're not being a bad influence on her? No. I think that just means she's been having fun spending time with us. We're not plotting secretly against you and filling her head with ideas. So are you saying she's not enjoying her life with me? Do you understand how hard I'm working to give her a good upbringing? Just because you're my daughter doesn't mean you get to say whatever you want to me. There are some things you really ought to be keeping to yourself. I'm sorry, but you don't have to get so mad at me. You're still just a child, so I'm sure you don't have the mental capacity to understand this. But living as a single mother with a kid still in elementary school is difficult. You have no idea what I'm going through. And to be honest, I wanted to keep living with you all. And if I could have taken you along with me to raise you myself, I would've. Huh? Really? Of course! I gave birth to you. You're my child. That's not a bond so easily severed. I care about you too. It's true that whenever we talk to each other, we always butt heads and fight. But that doesn't change my feelings. I still wish I could have lived together with you too. If that's how you really felt, you could have just not had an affair. That way we wouldn't have all been split up. Like I said before, I'm sure you'll come around and understand why I did what I did. Also, I have a favor to ask of you. Could you tell your father that I'd like to postpone Chica's visitation day next month? Excuse me? I can't do that. Of course Dad feels the same way as me, but I always look forward to spending time together with her. Please do this for me. She's been misbehaving, and if she sees you two and has fun anyway, it's going to spoil her. She needs to know what she's been doing is unacceptable. If she properly reflects on her actions and changes her behavior, then I'll let her see you two. I promise that. I'm not doing this just to be mean. Still, please, Eve. I regret my actions up until now as a mother, but I'm trying to right those wrongs. And I want to raise Chica right. I understand. I'll at least tell him, but don't get your hopes up. Thank you. Everything will be fine. It's you we're talking about. If you talk to him instead of me, he's sure to understand. Even if she's misbehaving a little, try not to scold her too harshly. She's still just an elementary schooler. And she was so looking forward to talking to us over the phone. And I'm sure she's just in her rebellious phase, and she'll grow out of it soon enough. It's nothing you have to worry yourself over. It'll be over before you know it. Of course I know that. I'll listen to what she has to say, and we can talk it out later. Anyway, I'll leave things to you. Eve, if there's ever something that's troubling you, be sure to let me know right away. As your mother, I'm always willing to lend you an ear. Even if we're far apart, that doesn't change the fact that you're still my child.
Hey, Eve. Are you awake?
Huh? Chica? It's so early in the morning. I guess this means Mom's giving you back your phone then.
No, she hasn't. The only reason I can message you right now is because I found out where she was hiding it.
Oh, that's unexpected. She did mention you were having a bit of a rebellious phase. Good job. That's my little sister for you. But don't get carried away. Make sure Mom doesn't catch you. If she does, I bet she's going to turn into a real demon.
It'll be fine. She's fast asleep right now. I don't think she'll be waking up anytime soon either.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it is pretty early. But still, we can't talk over the phone, can we? That'll wake her up for sure. Guess we have to stick to text.
Yeah.
If you don't have your phone back, does that mean you're still not doing your homework?
No, I've been doing my homework as always.
Really? Then she should forgive you already and let you have your own phone back. You shouldn't need to be sneaking it behind her back. Maybe she's just waiting for an apology at this point. How about you try that and see what happens? You don't have to be genuine about it or regret it from the bottom of your heart. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Just sound genuine enough so she can feel better about herself.
No, I'm not going to apologize to her. I haven't done anything wrong. Why do I need to do that?
Yeah, I know. She just can get so ill-tempered when it comes to some things. And for what? It's like walking on glass around her. I know that you're actually a very good girl.
I have something I wanted to ask you.
What is it?
Eve, is it possible for an elementary schooler to get a job? It doesn't have to be full-time as long as it offers some money.
Huh? No, they can't. That's illegal. In this day and age, that'd be considered child labor. Why? Are you wanting to work? Why the sudden interest?
If I have money, that means I can buy food with it. Isn't there a job even I could do?
You need food? If you have money, of course you could buy it. But why would you need to? Doesn't Mom cook for you every day?
No, she never does.
Huh? She doesn't.
Sometimes I have enough money to buy some bread from the convenience store, and from time to time, I'll even have instant noodles.
You go out to buy it on your own? Mom doesn't at least buy them for you and bring them back?
Yeah, I go on my own. She won't do that for me.
I can't believe she hasn't been cooking for you this whole time. But if she can't cook, then she must at least be giving you money. That's how you're buying those things, right? Or is it not enough?
Yeah, she only gives me money sometimes. I can't predict when she'll give me any, so I have to be careful with how I spend it. She tells me that I can get lunch at school and that it should last me the entire day. That's why she doesn't give me that much money.
What on earth? If lunch is the only time you get to eat, of course you'll be starving.
Yeah. My stomach is always growling when I'm in class, and it's embarrassing. I hate it when the room gets quiet.
Just wait a second. How much time do we have left? Mom isn't going to wake up, right? When does she normally get up?
She usually gets up in the late afternoon. It's still only 6:30 in the morning, so it's going to be a while. She got back only a little while ago and collapsed on the bed.
What? You mean she's been up all night? What kind of life has she been leading? Actually, didn't she say she had a job? Don't tell me it's a night job and that's why she's awake at such ungodly hours. Otherwise, I have no idea how she's holding a job with this sleep schedule.
No, she doesn't work at all. But she told me I needed to lie to you guys and say that she was.
I think I get the picture now. Chica, I'm coming over. Get ready to leave, and do it in such a way that's not gonna alert Mom.
Why?
Because I've come to the realization that I can't let you stay with someone like that anymore. It's too cruel when she refuses to take care of you. And if Dad knew, he'd want to do the same and get you out of there as soon as possible. That's why I'm going to wake him up and tell him the situation. After that, we'll be heading over to where you are to pick you up, okay? Could you quietly unlock the door for us?
Really? I can live with you guys?
Of course you can. Why would you think otherwise?
Well, Mom said that you guys abandoned me, and that's why I wound up with her. She told me you guys didn't want me around.
Say what? That's not it at all. That's a lie. It's just that she chose to take you with her. This entire time, we've been wanting to live together with you. We wanted you to come with us, but we couldn't take you away from Mom.
Eve, please help me. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to stay with Mom.
I know. I'll go as soon as I can, so please do your best to keep quiet. Everything will be ruined if Mom wakes up before you're out of the house. I got Dad awake, so we'll be on our way very soon. Once we got you, let's live together, just the three of us. We don't need Mom in our lives anymore, and we won't let her treat you like that ever again. Hey, Eve! Have you heard anything from Chica? Why are you asking? I thought you confiscated her phone. Well, it seems she's disappeared right under my nose all of a sudden. I have no idea where she's gone off to. Oh no. Perhaps I was being too harsh in scolding her and she ran off in an act of rebellion? That's no good. I never thought she was the type of girl who'd behave this way. When would you say she disappeared? That's the problem. I don't know. Why? Today's a holiday. Doesn't that mean your workplace let you have the day off today? Well, the thing is, I suddenly had to be called in for work. It was supposed to be my day off, but my coworker's kid suddenly had a fever, and I offered to cover her shift. I wish I didn't have to, but I can sympathize with her. If Chica were to get sick, I'd be desperate to stay home to take care of her, too. So in helping her out this one time, Hopefully this coworker will be willing to return the favor one day. But when I finally got home, Chica wasn't there anymore. How strange. Your story has some inconsistencies. When I was at your house this morning, I saw you sprawled out on your bed sound asleep. And you were drinking before you passed out, weren't you? It reeked of alcohol in there. Wait a second. Don't tell me you actually came over to our house. I sure did. So does that mean you barged in here without permission and took Chica away with you? That's trespassing. Besides, Chica is in my custody. If you take her without permission, that's the same as committing a crime. It's child abduction. I can call the police on you. Do you want to wind up behind bars while you're still in high school? Chica is my little sister who I care deeply for. Is it wrong for me to want to see her? There's not anything necessarily wrong with that, but that's why the court has settled on visitation days for us. Really? But you asked us to push it back, so we haven't had the chance to see her at all this month. Anyway, let's get back on track. I saw your house. What is even going on in there? There's just mountains of trash piled everywhere. Were you really giving Chica a decent upbringing living in Mount Trashmore? You just caught us at a bad time. I hadn't been expecting any guests anytime soon, so I hadn't gotten around to cleaning. Normally, I keep the house spotless. If you visited us more often, you'd know that. Really? If you only skipped out on your cleaning for a little bit, I don't think it would have looked that messy. We don't clean our house every day, but our place doesn't look half as bad as yours. It looks like you haven't cleaned in months rather than a week. It absolutely reeked in there, too. Like the stench from the garbage everywhere was seeping into all the furniture. Hurry up and give Chica back to me right now! No way. From now on, Chica's going to start living together with us. How dare you! I'll never accept that. You can't just make those kinds of decisions on your own. Eve, don't be so foolish. If you won't bring Chica back, I'll really call the police on you. This is illegal! Go right ahead. I don't think I'm the one they're going to be arresting, though. It's going to be you. Excuse me. Why's that? I heard you haven't been feeding Chica proper meals this whole time, and you said that she gets lunch from school, so that should be enough to sustain her the whole day, and you hardly give her any money for food otherwise. Wow, Mom, you really are the worst. Some people really don't deserve to be parents, huh? You're a living proof of that. You really played me for a fool. You made me think for a second that you actually cared about Chica, that you felt some sort of affection for her. But in the end, she was just a tool for you to use so you could claim that child support money. I bet you wanted me to live with you too so you could receive an even bigger payout. What nonsense are you spewing now? I was raising Chica with the utmost care. I don't think anyone's going to believe your story. I heard all sorts of things from Chica's friends, their moms and her teacher. They always see her wearing the same clothes. And they have the feeling that she hasn't been bathing properly either. But I'm so busy! And when you're as busy as I am, some things just have to fall by the wayside so you can prioritize other things. I can't do everything at once. I've been doing my best to raise Chica all by myself. To hear you think otherwise makes me incredibly sad. I truly and deeply love Chica from the bottom of my heart. I swear! You don't have to keep lying to me. I'm tired of it. If you're trying to get sympathy out of me, give up. I'm not convinced, and we're not giving Chica back no matter what you say. You won't get through to me. It's not really my intention to ask for your sympathy. I'm just telling you my true feelings. You've done something unforgivable. Your adultery and your rendezvous with other men was already bad enough. I don't understand why you did what you did, but I suppose men and women might have their reasons for the things they do. If I told my father that's what I thought, I'm sure that'll greatly sadden him. But I think things like that can just happen. But there is absolutely no reason to mistreat a child. As a mother, no, as a human being, that's the one thing you should have never done. I have done no such thing in the first place. I have never mistreated her. I may have disciplined her a little too harshly, but all parents must teach their children right from wrong. This has nothing to do with discipline. It's just your lack of care for your own daughter. You won't feed her, and all you do is give her $10 from time to time and make her fend for herself. And she survived on loaves of bread for several days using that money. Chica doesn't know how to heat the bathwater and work the faucets at your house because they're complicated, so she just washes her hair with tap water from time to time. If she's lucky, sometimes you'll come home and do the laundry, but you're not consistent about it. Do you think this is any way for a child to live? What excuses do you have to be putting her through this? Because I can't think of a single one. No, Chica must be lying. She's just a grade schooler. Adults aren't going to believe her. My dad believes her, and so do I. Besides, she's 11 years old now. She's at the age where she's beginning to understand that the way you've been treating her isn't normal. What do you want me to do? I don't have any money! Chica's alive. It means I'm raising her properly. That should be enough. So if she's alive, it's all good? You were eating just fine while she was starving. I saw things like empty pizza boxes from the convenience store in your room. And when I asked Chica about them, she says she's never eaten them. She's only been living off of instant noodles and plain bread, just as she said. You use all the money you have only for yourself and let Chica go hungry. And you're saying that's fine just because she happens to still be alive? Even when you're making her miserable? I have a job, and I need proper nourishment to work hard every day as a single mother. Chica needs it too. Besides, that's a lousy excuse. You're not actually working at all. I called up the place you said you supposedly worked at, but the guy there told me there wasn't anybody with your name who had ever worked there. No, that's not true. They keep the personal information of their employees extremely private, especially when it comes to the women there. I'm really getting nowhere with you. Not that I care. In due time, I'm sure you'll finally understand everything. What on earth are you talking about? We've already contacted Child Protective Services. And of course, we told them about what's been going on and the living conditions that Chica's been putting up with. That's why it's no use even if you do call the cops on us. Those in charge have already been made aware of the situation. Excuse me! You've already contacted the CPS? That's right. We figured we had to if we wanted to get custody over Chica. Luckily for us, apparently someone's reported you at least once before. It was the mother of one of her classmates. Not sure who, though. So everything went smoothly and we got custody. No, just wait. What do you think's going to happen to me now? I'm going to look like the villain. What's so bad about that? You are. What happens after this all depends on the results of the investigation starting tomorrow. But no matter what happens, we have no intentions of giving Chica back to you. Hey, let's have a civil discussion, all right? I want to speak to your father and come to a mutual agreement with what we want to do with Chica together. If other people outside the family get involved, things are going to get complicated. And I'm sure Chica would hate being poked and prodded for information. Not at all. She said if it means getting to live with us, she'll cooperate and talk to them about anything. Eve, please. Just let me talk to your father before you all do anything rash. Tell him that I deeply regret my actions. No way. Don't keep making my father suffer more than you already have. You're the lowest of the low. So I don't think we're ever going to see each other again. Eve! Please, I'm begging you. This is my last request of you as your mother. Won't you hear me out? If you do, I won't ever bother you all ever again. So please, tell your father what I said. Even if I do, nothing's going to change. It's a waste of my precious time and energy. And by the way, I'm not your daughter. I won't acknowledge someone who'd hurt a child as my mother. No matter how much money you might offer us, I'll never forgive the fact you made Chica starve. Now, good riddance, you ugly old hag. Don't ever try and pretend to be my mother ever again. As expected, the results of that investigation led to the finding that my mother was ill-equipped to be raising a child. And so we secured custody over Chica, and we've been living together just the three of us ever since. Personally, I thought what she did to Chica was horrible, but she faced no punishment. Chica was pretty thin by the time she had come back to live with us, but her physical condition hadn't deteriorated significantly otherwise. And because our mother never implemented corporal punishments, it was going to be difficult to try and get her to face some jail time. But while it is a bit vexing, we managed to successfully get custody over Chica with zero room for negotiation, so we're plenty happy with that alone. Our mother was using that child support money and living off of that. It was more than enough for her to simply not have a job. And rather than using any of it to take care of her own kid, she had been out partying all night and fooling around. I have no idea what's become of my mother after that. But I did hear that she became unable to pay her rent without that child support my father had been providing, and eventually she seemed to disappear into the night, never to be seen again. My grandparents are absolutely furious with her, so I doubt they'll ever let her come back to live with them. We've also made sure to let everyone around her know what happened, so I doubt anyone's going to come to her rescue. And even if someone does find her, it's probably to try and get her to pay that overdue child support money she owes us now. And if she ever tries to come and get help from us ever again, she's going to be out of luck. I never want to see her face ever again. I'm just hoping she goes to a place far, far away and dies there alone. But beyond anything, we're just so happy that Chica has come home to us. Our everyday lives have become so lively with her here now. In due time, Chica became her usual cheerful self again. My father and I were so relieved. Moving forward, I want to remind myself to never take this for granted and to support my father and Chica for as long as I can. I might not be able to do much for them right now, but I'm going to work hard to become a good role model that everyone can rely on. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, give this video a like and subscribe to see more content just like this. And don't forget to leave us your thoughts in the comments section below. What did you think? Be sure to let us know. We're looking forward to your responses. See you next time!